Welcome back to my channel. This is your Dr. Rupesh Kumar L. In today's grammar class, I will be talking to you about sentence.
Definition. A sentence is the largest unit of any language. In English, it begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, or a question mark, or an exclamation mark. The sentence is generally defined as a word or a group of words that expresses a thorough idea by giving a statement or order, or asking a question, or exclaiming. Example: he is a good boy. Statement: is he a good boy? Question: what a nice weather. Exclaiming. Ideally, a sentence requires at least one subject and one verb. Sometimes the subject of a sentence can be hidden, but the verb must be visible and present in the sentence. Verb is called the heart of a sentence. Example: do it. In this sentence, a subject you is hidden but verb do is visible. A sentence is a group of words, usually containing a verb, that expresses a thought in the form of a statement, question, instruction, or exclamation and starts with a capital letter when written. Reference from Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary and Thesaurus, copyright Cambridge University Press. Examples of sentence. Robert was a good king. He had a great army. He wanted to bring peace to his kingdom. There were many others who wanted to become king. They started plotting against him. Their plots were failing because of some trusted friends of the king. Then they started killing those trusted friends. Eventually, they succeeded in their plan of killing the king. Did they make a good move? Can they find a new king without dispute? After the death of the king, everyone wanted to be a king. A great chaos broke out in the kingdom. People were anxious and unhappy. War does not bring anything good to the common people. It only brings sorrow and dismay. Note: all these examples of sentence contain at least one verb and one subject and gives a complete sense.
In other words, a complete English sentence must have three characteristics. First, in written form, a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, that is, a full stop, a note of interrogation, that is, a question mark, or a note of exclamation, that is, an exclamation mark. Second, it must express a complete thought, not fragmented. Third, it must contain at least one subject, hidden or visible, and one verb comprising an independent clause. An independent clause contains an independent subject and verb and expresses a complete thought. Types of sentences. Structurally, sentences are of four types: simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex sentence. Simple sentence. A simple sentence must have a single clause, a single verb, which is independent, and it cannot take another clause. Example: I always wanted to become a writer. In this example, there is one clause, one verb. Compound sentence. A compound sentence must have more than one independent clause with no dependent clauses. Some specific conjunctions, punctuation, or both are used to join together these clauses. Example: I always wanted to become a writer, and she wanted to become a doctor. Here, there are two independent clauses, two verbs. Complex sentence. A complex sentence also has more than one clause, but one of them must be an independent clause and the other or others must be a dependent clause or clauses. There are also some particular connectors for the clauses of a complex sentence to be connected. Example: I know that you always wanted to be a writer. Here, a dependent clause is followed by a connector and an independent clause. The other way around is also possible. Definition of complex sentence. Complex sentences are constructed with at least one independent clause and one dependent clause to make one complete sentence joined by subordinating conjunctions. Without being attached to the independent clause, the dependent one does not convey a complete sense. More examples of complex sentence. When I woke up, the sun was yet to light the sky. The ambulance arrived after the accident had taken place. If you like the cake, we can pack an extra piece for later. Before you go to bed, finish doing the dishes. Even though it was raining, they started their trip. We would love to visit your family home, provided there is no heavy traffic. They did not move until the rain had stopped. My friend left the country because she needed a fresh start. Make hay while the sun shines. I went along with the plan, although I did not have a good feeling about it. Since talking could not resolve the issue, there is no point going forward with the deal. Whenever the prices hike, the monthly sales drop. As I was crossing the road, a car slid right past me and crashed into a tree. Many enjoyed the puppet show, however, Allison did not. Being a gentleman, he held the door for his entire group. The entire planet is bound to suffer if the ozone layer collapses. We properly started enjoying the show when the Grammy-nominated actor graced the screen. I know who stole the necklace. These sentences are examples of complex sentence. Compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence, or complex compound sentence, is a mixture of the features of compound and complex sentences in one sentence. So, it must contain at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. Example. I know that you always wanted to become a writer, but I always wanted to become a doctor. Here, one dependent clause is followed by a complex connector and two independent clauses with a compound conjunction between them. Functionally, sentences are of mainly four types: declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Declarative sentence. An assertive sentence, or declarative sentence, simply expresses an opinion or feeling, or makes a statement, or describes things. In other words, it declares something. This type of sentence ends with a period symbol, that is, a full stop. Examples. I want to be a good cricketer. A statement. I am very happy today. A feeling. Definition of assertive or declarative sentence. Most of the sentences of English language are assertive sentences. The sentence which declares or asserts a statement, feeling, opinion, incident, event, history, or anything is called an assertive sentence. An assertive sentence ends with a period symbol, that is, a full stop. Assertive sentences can be either affirmative or negative. More examples of declarative sentence. Alex is a good baseball player. He plays for the Rockers Club. He always gives his best effort in the team. He is a good leader. I like him for his intensity. He plays with passion. Alex feels awkward when someone gives a compliment to him. He is a humble man. He has many fans in his locality. He is popular among his friends, but he feels awkward with strangers. His father was a lawyer. When he was young, his father died. He is a real fighter. He fought against all the odds of life and became successful. His fans love him. His mother raised him to be a gentleman. He is always humble and patient with his fans. Imperative sentence. We use an imperative sentence to make a request or to give a command. Imperative sentences usually end with a period symbol, that is, a full stop, but under certain circumstances, it can end with a note of exclamation, that is, exclamation mark. Examples. Please sit down. I need you to sit down now. Definition of imperative sentence. The sentence which is used to convey a command, a request, or a forbiddance is called an imperative sentence. This type of sentence always takes the second person, you, for the subject, but most of the time the subject remains hidden. More examples of imperative sentence. Bring me a glass of water. Don't ever touch my phone. Give me a pen and a pencil. Play with intensity and courage. Remember me when we are parted. Never forget the person who loves you. Take a step and don't move. Don't be excited about everything without reason. Don't rush or you will fall. Read a lot to improve your writing skill. Write whenever you get a chance. Don't stay out at night. Please open the door quickly. Have a cup of cappuccino. You wash your hand first and then eat. Kindly bring the book to me. Please forgive my meticulousness, but you have spelled it wrong. Don't ever call me a loser. Watch your step before taking it. Interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a question. Interrogative sentences must end with a note of interrogation, that is, question mark. Examples. When are you going to submit your assignment? Do you know him? Definition of interrogative sentence. The sentence which asks a question is an interrogative sentence. This kind of sentence usually ends with a note of interrogation, question mark, instead of a period, full stop. An interrogative sentence can be either affirmative or negative. More examples of interrogative sentence. Do you want to go there? Did you see her? Have you watched the movie? How often do you go there? Have you been there before? Can you help me get rid of this dog? Can I borrow your grammar book for a day? Could you please help me with these bags? Do you know who she is? Did you make a plan? How did you make that watermark? How often you go to a bar? How many times do you smoke? Does he know that I am here? Does she love you as the way you do? Does he care about us? Why did he leave us then? Who is that man seating in the corner? How on earth did you think about me in that way? Will you please open the door for me? Can't we be friends again? Why haven't you completed your homework? Don't you know who she is? Exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence expresses overflow of emotions. These emotions can be of happiness, wonder, sorrow, anger, etc. Examples. What a day it was. I cannot believe he would do that. Definition of optative sentence. The sentence which expresses a prayer, keen wish, curse, etc. is called an optative sentence. This kind of sentence generally starts with the may and wish. Sometimes, may remains hidden. Examples of optative sentence. May the King of Westeros live long. Long live the King of Westeros. May you too live long enough to see your grandchildren. May God bless us all. May you become successful enough to buy love. May the Almighty help in this tragedy. Wish you a very successful married life. Definition of exclamatory sentence. The sentence which expresses a sudden and intense excitement, disgust, admiration, shock, or sorrow, etc. is called an exclamatory sentence. This kind of sentence must have a note of exclamation at the end or in the middle of the sentence. Example of exclamatory sentence. Hey! Don't touch my phone. Alas! I could not be at her funeral. Hush! Your father is sleeping. What a boring day. How disgusting it becomes when he opens his mouth. What a nice car you have. What a plunge. How gorgeous the dress is. Hurrah! We are going to Miami. How blessed I am to see such a sight. What beautiful country it is. How fluently the lady talks in French. What a pity. You can't join us. Thank you guys for watching my videos. For more videos, please show us your support. Click like, comment, subscribe to the channel and share the video with your friends. Thank you.